Hello and welcome. I am Arumba. Thank you for joining me. This is the second episode of Let's Play Dwarf Fortress Classic. We're getting ready to embark, and once we arrive at this screen, we are now preparing for the journey to Risenalen. This is the default name that they've assigned us. We'll be able to change that in a few minutes. This screen, again, I'm just going to keep saying it over and over again, probably. You get to the screen, if you've never played the game before, you're like, what is all this? So, you start off with 7 dwarves. Yes, 7 dwarves, just like the story of 7 dwarves, whatever it's called. If you can name all 7 dwarves right now, you're amazing. But you start off with 7 dwarves. When you prepare carefully, they come with no assigned skill points. You are allowed to give them as many as 10 potential skills. So, for instance, let's say that I wanted to make this guy here, Stukos Segunotus. If I wanted to make him a miner, I could do that, and every time I make him 1 higher level rank in miner, he loses one of his potential levels. So the most you could start off with is a character who has he's proficient in 2 skills. Or he could be, say, a novice in 10 skills. I'm going to do something that's probably not very common, and I'm not going to assign any labor. And I'm going to explain why as soon as we get into the game. But basically, the summary is that each character is going to have measurable attributes: strength, agility, dexterity, kinetic sense, all those things. And then they're also going to have preference for certain types of labor, certain types of items. And I'm going to go ahead and let Dwarf Therapist decide what to do with our dwarves. We'll assign them later. And so, we're just not going to worry about this entire screen. The only one that you might consider bringing some skill in might be the... oh, that's interesting. The mouse wheel is actually increasing it and scrolling through. That's kind of funny. Yeah, we'll just use the keyboard for this part then. Page down, we'll let you cycle pretty quickly. The only one you might want to bring is potentially a doctor. But I don't usually worry about it, because if you need a doctor, chances are things are going pretty poorly. And you're probably about to lose the fortress anyway, so you should just start over. Now what we're going to do is press tab to go to the item screen. And again, this is a pretty confusing screen, but they start you off with these items here on the left, over here. This is what they've assigned us to begin with. We have 70 points remaining that we can spend on items. They've given us a steel anvil, which is really expensive. I don't want that, so we're just going to press the minus key to delete it. They've also given us 2 battle axes. We really don't need battle axes. 2 copper picks. That little symbol there, if I press, you can press F12 to turn on true type. I'm not going to use true type font though, but it makes the game kind of easier to read. But you should just get used to the symbols. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, that little thing there, it's like a wagon of some sort, I think. But it's letting you know that there are 2. There's 2 items. 20, 20, 20, 5, 5, etc. So we have 2 copper picks, 20 units of dwarven wine, 20 units of dwarven rum, 20 units of ale, 5 plump helmet spawn. Plump helmets are like mushrooms. This is the seed for a mushroom. Pigtail seeds, cave wheat seeds, sweet pods, rock nuts, dimple cup spawn. We have some prepared water buffalo eye. It's cutting the item name short. Cave lobsters, actual ready, like fully grown plump helmets, mushrooms. Pigtail is that thing up here. This is like a picture. I don't know. I always think like hemp, that type of thing. Like you're growing this fabric type plant that can be sewn and used as a fabric. So we've got pigtail fiber thread, cloth, bags, rope. We've got some llama quivers. So they've basically taken the leather from dead llamas. Actually, the skin from dead llamas, turned it into leather, and then turned that into a quiver. We've got some cedar type of wood, buckets, splints, crutches, and some wheelbarrows. I definitely don't want to bring a wheelbarrow because it's really easy to make, and I actually don't even really want to bring any crutches, splints, or any of this stuff, because we're just going to make it. I really only want 1 quiver, because if you start off with 7 dwarves, you definitely don't want 3 of them hunting. And a couple ropes is okay. The bags, we'll take down the bags to just maybe 1. They're pretty expensive. In fact, we'll just take all these down to 1. We'll keep the cloth and thread though. And now we have a lot more points available, 786. If we bring the mouse over here, or press the right arrow key, we can go over to this side. These are your animals. Some animals that I like to bring would be, I like to bring animals that lay eggs. So some turkey hens would be good. That little symbol there is representative of female. That one there, it's kind of hard to tell. It's a bag, but it's also right there. That little tiny thing is the male symbol. So they've kind of duplicated the icon. It's a bag and it represents male. And that's actually also representative of a pendant. So you gotta be creative. There's a limited number of characters available. So we definitely want to take more turkey hens, and we want to take turkey gobblers. We really only need one turkey gobbler, and all 6 of them will be able to lay eggs and actually be fertilized. So we'll take 10 turkeys, 1 turkey gobbler. I am going to take just a couple cats. We'll take, say, 1 of each. We might end up having to murder a lot of kittens later, which is fine. Not too worried about it. And I do want to take a couple dogs. Female dog, male dog. We'll take 4 female dogs, 1 male dog. We have a ton of points still left. I am going to take an anvil, so I'm back over here now. Now we're going to add more items to the list. We're going to press N for new. This enters into all the different items that are in the game. You can scroll down on the left to find major categories, and then on the right are the items within that subcategory. So for instance, let's say we go to eggs. Here are all the different various eggs. Now instead of looking through everything, if you know what you're looking for, or if you have any intuition of what you're looking for, like let's say I want to bring an anvil, just start typing. This is very frustrating to me how it's not that intuitive. It doesn't say, I mean it does, it says right here, type in parts of the name to narrow your search, but there's no search field, it's not that clear, but you just start typing, so let's just type anvil. Now it's going to filter out everything that's not an anvil. And apparently steel anvil is the only thing that we're able to bring. I'm surprised we can't bring an iron anvil. Alright, well, we're not going to bring an anvil. That's silly. So we're just going to backspace, get rid of anvil. And on the other hand, though, I am going to take a bunch of different meats. So we're going to press N again. I'm going to take a ton of different meats. We're going to break a whole bunch of yak. Yak spleen, yak kidney, yak brain, yak meat. Some wombats. We need some diversity in our food. And there is a reason that I want to do it this way. Every single item that you bring is going to come in a barrel. And we're going to want those barrels to make wine and beer and, generally dwarven type stuff. And if we really wanted to, I could like really min-max this and take just tons and tons and tons of different types of meat, but that'll be about enough. We're only going to take, let's take 3 copper picks. I definitely want to have more than just 5 plump helmet spawns. I want to grow a lot of plump helmets. We'll take like 50. And another thing I like to take is milk. Not milk quarts or milk opals, but actual extracts. We can take some yak milk, donkey milk, horse milk, cow milk. Can you see where I'm going with how complicated this game can get? Let's take some yak milk. We'll also take some, I don't know, can we take cow milk? Yeah, cow's milk. That's good. We'll take like 20 cow milk, and actually we'll take 21 and 21 yak milk. You never want to take even numbers of items because you're not getting all the barrels that you could. So we'll take 21 of the different wines as well. Still have 413 points, so... Oh, what else do we want? Do we want some diversity? Might as well. Let's take some... I don't know. Some hens. Take 5 hens and a rooster. And we could take a llama. 2 humped camels are rather expensive. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you really don't need a lot of stuff to embark well. So let's just take we'll take some ewes. 2 ewes and a ram, 2 lambs, and a male lamb. Just have a good mix of animals. And then the rest will probably cap out on... Just take a ton of cow milk. Tons of it. Actually, no, I do want to take one other thing. I want some stone. I want to just bring some marble with me, in case we don't see any... where is it? Marble? Oh, let's just type it. Marble. There we go. Marble is 6 points, but having some flux-stone can be pretty useful. So we'll just take some marble, and what other kind of stone do we want? Just a little bit more stone that we can start working with right away. Actually, no, not stone. Let's take some wood. That way we don't have to wait while we're starting off. We'll start with some feather wood, if we can. Is there any feather wood? Fungi wood. Okay, which one was it that was really light? I think it's, yeah, we'll just take some willow. I'll actually reduce the marble count a little bit in favor of wood. And a couple more units of milk. Okay, so that did take, 10, 11 minutes. But we're ready to go. We've spent all of our points. I like to embark this way as well because by not spending any points on your characters, your dwarves, you actually get more points for stuff. I'm going to press capital F to name the fortress. And then I'm just going to press the R key to randomize. So the top word is the actual name that's in Dwarvish, and the bottom is the English version of what that means. So this is Dike Rain. Rocks Tempests. Seal Act. Post Lance. Tower Rinsed. Earth Ray. If you wanted to, you could actually search for the different names, but it's complicated, and I don't think, after you've embarked, it doesn't really matter that much. But I want to find something particularly Crusader Kings-y. Paddled Vessel. See, that's perfect, coming from the Norse pagan playthrough. Okay, this is going to be the Fortress of Ideneral. Okay, so we'll go ahead and press Enter to use that word. Or Escape, actually, to be done. And then we'll press capital G to name our group. Press R to randomize. Subtle Dagger. That's perfect. Intrigue. It suits us. Okay, and then from there, I'm going to go ahead and press S. I'm going to save this embark profile. We'll just call this Arumba Embark. And then we're ready to go. Actually, alright. So you've arrived. After journeying from the mountain homes into the forbidding wilderness beyond your harsh trek has finally ended. Your party of 7 is to make an outpost for the glory of all Niskafikod. That is our civilization name. There are almost no supplies left, except for all the supplies we just brought. But with stout labor comes sustenance. Whether by bolt, plow, or hook, provide for your dwarves. You are expecting a supply caravan just before winter entombs you, but it is spring now. Enough time to delve secure lodgings ere the dingoes get hungry. A new chapter of dwarven history begins here at this place, Ideneral. Paddle vessel. Strike the earth. Okay. So, from here, let us consider where we want to actually start the fortress. I'm going to probably take a break here, and then we'll dive into the interface in the next video. Alright, so thanks so much for watching. See you again soon.